Hello you guys and welcome to another exciting video. Today I am taking you along on a journey with China Southern Airlines. In this video I'll be sharing my full experience flying with China Southern, from the check-in process to the in-flight service and meals, all the way through to their massive hub in Guangzhou, one of the busiest and most impressive airports in Asia. I'll be giving you my honest thoughts on the comfort, the service, the food on board, and what it's really like transiting through Guangzhou, especially if you're connecting internationally. So if you're planning to fly with China Southern, curious about the service, or just love aviation and travel content, make sure to stick around till the end. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and now let's get into the journey. Let's pick up our story in Auckland. We arrived at Auckland Airport nice and early, knowing it was going to be a busy travel day, and that definitely showed at check-in. The queue was quite long and I waited around 1 hour to reach the China Southern check-in counter. For the number of passengers on this flight, it did feel like they could benefit from having more counters open. That said, once I reached the counter, everything moved smoothly and efficiently. The staff were professional, check-in was quick, and my baggage was processed without any issue. After that, it was straight through security and immigration, which was surprisingly fast and well organized. Before I knew it, I was airside. Auckland Airport has a really nice international terminal. There's a good range of duty-free shopping, cafes, restaurants, and plenty of spots to grab a coffee or a bite to eat before the flight. It's a comfortable space to wait, especially if you've got some time to spare. Not long after, boarding was called and it was finally time to head to the gate and start the journey with China Southern Airlines. Once we settled into our seats, the safety video started. The cabin crew completed their final checks and we're ready for takeoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to fly with China Southern Airlines. 现在向您介绍机上紧急设备的使用方。
So, where exactly are we going? We are flying from Auckland in New Zealand with a short layover in Guangzhou, China, and finally in Manila in the Philippines. Now that we're airborne, it's time to take a proper look around. I flew on one of China Southern's wide-body aircraft, and I have to say, the cabin was clean, modern, and well-maintained. The seats were comfortable with a decent amount of legroom, and the cabin lighting gave a calm and relaxing feel, especially for a long-haul flight. Each seat had a USB charging port, a personal entertainment screen, a pillow, and a blanket provided. Overall, it felt comfortable enough for a long journey. Although I must say the blanket is not the best in the industry, but it's good enough for the flight. Not long after the flight, the first meal service commenced. I went with the chicken noodles and honestly, it was great. I really miss those Asian flavors and this definitely hit the spot. The meal was served hot, well presented, and full of flavor. Overall, dinner was a solid start to the flight and one of the highlights of the journey. After the dinner, the cabin crew did regular fluid rounds, which was really appreciated on a long-haul flight. A few hours before our final descent, breakfast was served. This time, I chose the beef option. It tasted good, nothing wrong with it, but compared to the dinner meal, it wasn't quite as impressive. Still enjoyable, just not as memorable. Then came the layover in Guangzhou, which is China Southern's main hub. China Southern Airlines is one of the largest airlines in Asia. The airline is based in Guangzhou, China, which serves as its main hub. And I'll be honest, the connection here felt a bit intimidating compared to other airport hubs I've traveled through. There's a very strict document screening process even before you reach security and the departure gates. The airport itself is massive, but it feels quite bare. It would really benefit from more seating, more rest areas, and definitely additional cafes and restaurants to make long layovers more comfortable. After a short layover in Guangzhou, it was time to board the final leg of the journey to Manila. On this flight of our journey, I've also checked out the in-flight amenities. There's an in-flight entertainment screen, a headset provided, a USB charging port, a footrest, and even a hanger hook, which is a nice touch. The food on this sector was okay, not the best, but average. I had the noodles again, they were a bit soggy, but the flavor was still good, so I can't complain too much. And finally, it's hello Manila in the Philippines. Overall, my experience with China Southern Airlines was a positive one. The food, especially the long-haul dinner, was a standout. The cabin crew were attentive and the aircraft amenities were decent. The main downside was the Guangzhou transit experience, which could be improved significantly in terms of comfort and amenities. That said, considering the overall journey, I'd give China Southern Airlines a solid 4 out of 5. Thank you for watching, and if you find this review helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.